production. Sound production.
Yes. What's going on, family? What's going on, guys? Welcome to today's session, today's stream with the Prophet Society family. If you guys can hear me, guys, go ahead and drop a 7 in the chat real quick. Let me make sure if everything is loud and clear, because I know my microphone be acting up sometimes. All right, but let me know, family. Okay. Perfect. I see we got Oklahoma City in the building. We got Chicago. San Diego's ready. Arkansas, what's up? We got Alberta, Canada checking in as well. What's going on, family? We got Michigan, my brother Devin. What's good, boy? We got Rhode Island in the building. How are you guys feeling today, family? I'm feeling absolutely phenomenal. I hope you guys are over there feeling good, too. All right, I see we got Vermont in the building. What's going on, Kyle? Montreal, Pensacola. We got England in the building. All right. What's going on, family? Hope you guys are all having a phenomenal morning. It is your boy Abel, and I'm excited to be here with you guys this morning, right? And I want to get right into just looking at some data that actually came out, and to see how the market ultimately has reacted, guys, because we did have CPI data come out for the euro itself, for the ECB, and they also, it was higher than what was previously expected, but it came out a little bit lower than forecasted, right? But it's still higher than what was previously expected, right? So inflation over there is still increasing, guys, just like how it is over there in the UK, right? So it's going nuts over there in terms of them trying to get it under control, right? You know, over here in the US, our inflation, our CPI has, literally been ticking lower, right? I think we had 3 or 4 last readings actually came out lower, right? So it's looking pretty good for us, but over there across the seas, it's looking very, very tough. Things are definitely getting a lot more expensive still, and it's still increasing over time, and it's kind of crazy, right? But besides that, we also did have nothing else too much, right? We do have some initial jobless claims that came out, right? But let's see how the market overall, guys, has moved since we seen you guys yesterday, right? I think yesterday we had a very, very powerful stream, super informative. All right, a lot of nuggets were dropped, and now let's see what the market has ultimately done. Right now, we do got the team with us today as well. Right before I even get anything into any type of analysis, let's make sure we actually go ahead and introduce the rest of the guys on the call. All right, because we do got that boy Skaggs in the building. We got Mr. Ray, Mr. Wizard himself in the building with us tonight as well. Right, so how are you guys feeling? All right, Ray, how are you feeling? Skaggs, how are you feeling, man? You guys feeling good over there? I'm feeling pretty good myself. Hold on, let me see. Hold on. I'm feeling pretty good myself. Hold on, let me get 1 second. All right, how you feeling, Ray? You feeling good over there?
Bro, I'm feeling great, man. I'm already up 100 pips in 30 minutes.
Teesh. Oh yeah,
I'm great. You feel me? I can't complain at
wait, wait, wait,
all.
wait, 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 wait. You up 100 pips in 30 minutes already?
Bro, I just woke up and
Uh,
I took some trades and I'm up.
man. So go ahead and take the screen and please put us on. Let us see what you're doing over there, man.
I got
We trying to eat too. Chat, we trying to eat too, right, family? I think they understand we trying to eat too. That boy Ray already in some stuff, so definitely take over, bro, and break some stuff down. Now the boy Skaggs on the call too. Skaggs, if you do want to say what's up as soon as you can, that'll be lovely too, my brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good morning, family. Boy, Ray already eating, huh? Boy started breakfast without us over here.
hey man. Yeah, I told you I'll be up early, man. I'll be up early. But I took this little gold. I partialed out like up here. And I'm glad I did because it's starting to drop. But I do have it could continue. I was just playing off of this point of interest right here, targeting those highs. So, I just wanted to see what was going on with that. I do got a feeling it could continue off of that sell to buy. So, I got that. And then I took this as well. And like I said, like I'm a humble guy, but damn, like GA. I mean, it's probably the craziest week I had on GA ever. Like this was Sunday, this was like Monday or Tuesday, this was Wednesday, this was Thursday, or this was both Wednesday. Now this is Thursday. It's like it's OD, you know what I'm saying? Like y'all could go back and check the streams too. Like I'm gonna be real, like every last one of these price points were discussed. So, now I'm in a sale. Just because I see what I need to see on the 1 minute. And I try to test in these lows. So, I just closed like a little portion of it just so I wouldn't be mad if it does retrace. Because I'm like, can't nobody be that lucky. Eventually one of these market pairs is gonna go against me. So I'm completely break even on everything, but I did secure a nice partial bag already. So I'm like, it's just 740 where I'm at, and I'm at a point where I'm just, chilling. I secured some profit, and I'm just waiting to see what happens. So, overall, it's been a solid morning so far. I can't complain one bit. But I am looking for, GA to hopefully, come down, possibly take out, this area. I don't know if it'll go lower altogether or not, but, we are coming into this point of interest again. And as we did that, we started to sweep a little bit. So I decided to take a shot at the sales, which are playing out nicely so far. So, yeah, man, that's that, so far for me. We got this high, we make a new low, we kind of correct back up. So now I'm looking for the next impulsive move to the downside. All right. So that's about it for me. So they just want to show y'all what it is that I was currently in. So took some gold buys, took some GA sales, closed gold at like 60 pips, or at least half of it at like 60 pips. So right now I'm just chilling. So I'm good. I don't even see nothing else, to be honest. I could take a quick peek, but nothing else was catching my attention the way that GA was. Like, I missed a sell on GU, and I knew I was supposed to take this, but I don't know what I was doing. I was probably asleep. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. 6 hours ago, I was definitely asleep. I did not make it to London. I knocked out early yesterday. So, I know I was supposed to take that, but it's cool. I ain't tripping. EURUSD is also doing well. That's also doing well. I know I wanted to go ahead and sweep those highs, but for anybody, I think it was maybe Kyle or somebody, they got into that, but the original entry is doing well. That was just a re-entry. Yeah, that's about it though. I did notice that the DXY did return somewhat bullish, and that was expected. Wanted it to somewhat accumulate in this point of interest for a while. So me knowing that we're gonna get some dollar strength is kind of what correlated to some EU weakness, some slight GBP weakness, and some other stuff like that. I didn't catch any of these USD pairs, but I just kind of take that into consideration with the other pairs that I'm trading as well. So yeah, man, that's that. So solid week. I'll probably be done after the day. So, that's all I got though. I've been blessed this week. So, God is good. He's amazing. I feel like I'm at a point right now because I've been focusing where, I'm almost having like a telepathic connection with the markets or something. Me and the markets understand each other right now. So, and I know y'all could relate when y'all go in on those, when y'all just get in that mode for a few weeks where it's like you untouchable, So, this was my week or two. So I'm grateful for that. Obviously the markets change and stuff like that, but we definitely trading at a high level right now. I can't even lie. So, we blessed, man. That's all I got though.
Yeah, let's get
Yeah,
it.
don't you love that, bro? I love that feeling.
Yeah, it's like, I was talking with the team this morning. It's like it's almost like the higher faculties, of intuition and perception, imagination, stuff like that. It's like it's even hard to explain and put it into words, but it's like you just know without thinking what's about to happen. And it's like, damn, you only get there with the chart time and stuff like that. So if I could tell anybody on this call, like, just put that time in, because it's gonna get to a point to where you're great and you don't even know why you're so great, but it's just like you put in that work to be great. So it's just it's automatic, So, keep working. Y'all gonna get to that point where you ain't even gotta think no more. You just wake up and see setups like every day. It's like it's insane. You feel me? So
Yeah, no, I feel like I was coming off what I call like that trader's high just last week. I was pretty light this week, to be honest, and kind of last week. After catching those nice swing trades, but it's really just like that same kind of feeling. You're just, like you said, you kind of intuitively are in tune with the market. It's a beautiful feeling. I will say though, if you guys do ever experience it, the first time you experience it, what I'm about to tell you is irrelevant because you're gonna have to go through this yourself no matter what. But usually when you're sitting up there on that trader's high, as I like to call it, usually that's when the markets will take the opportunity to humble you. So with experience also comes when you're riding on that for like 2-3 weeks, it's always best to, keep trading until you run out, but don't get too aggressive when you're like that. A lot of traders make the mistake to have like a really good week, a really good 2 weeks, a really good 3 weeks, and then that fourth week, they're like, oh man, yeah, this is the week I'm gonna make like $1 million. And they get a little bit too aggressive, and that's when the market will humble you. So I always like to make a point. It's like the better I'm trading, the more I'm like, all right, well, we're getting closer and closer to the market humbling me. So let me cool off before the market cools me off,
Very good point, bro. Very good point. And that's something people need to understand, like it's very important to know. So great point.
Yeah, I did want to take a look at NAS 100 today though, because I wasn't here yesterday, or I was busy. I was on the call, but I was a little busy yesterday. But as we discussed on like Sunday, when like prices were way up and testing these higher liquidity areas, and again, you guys can go back to Sunday's call. It was here on YouTube. We were kind of testing up here. I told you guys, we grabbed this liquidity on NASDAQ And we're playing the waiting game for it to come down and fill this wick. But I just wanted to point out, we are filling this wick now. I know there were some people trading to the downside. I wasn't specifically looking for these moves. Probably should have traded them, especially with the fact that I knew from like this point up here that we were gonna tumble over. So, to each their own. But again, I was lightening up my trading. But I'm interested to see what actually happens this morning. This is gonna be the one thing I'm gonna be kind of taking a look at. Let me just clean up some of these other. I'm gonna keep these on my chart, but I'm just moving them out of the way for right now. We don't need this liquidity level no more. We don't need this inefficiency no more. Right, so we're trading from the check mark to the hourglass, which is the basic way that I trade. For those of you that are wondering what the check mark and the hourglass even mean. And we're getting a check mark now, right? We're taking out this liquidity. We're finally testing down here. And there's just a few things I notice about this move, which is why I'm going to keep this on my radar today. If you look at the volume associated with this push down and this this candle closed bullish, so it's kind of hard to associate with that with. But if you take a look at the volume that's happening on this candle, right, this scary 4-hour candle, right, nothing but momentous price action. But if we take a look at the volume associated with this, is really not that scary. It's actually declining sell volume. So the reason I point this out is because it's 8:48 in the morning, so we're gonna breach this support more or less now throughout the open, right? We'll probably sit and like play here for, a little bit. Yeah, we'll probably play below it. We'll probably play slightly above it, but we're going to play around this area into the open. And on diminishing volume, it is going to make me think that all we're going to do today is probably just print a low below this wick and inside of this inefficiency or imbalance or fair value gap or whatever you guys want to call it, right? We're going to just play in this area, and we'll probably be able to absorb the move, meaning that the sell effort's not enough to actually, substantially close here. Now, I will need some good signals from lower time frames to buy because there's a lot of other inefficiency and imbalance here. So it's like this could very easily kind of fall off. But I'll be looking for the lower time frames to see if buyers do step in. And if they do, I'm going to play this with the idea that this is just like early in like a broader range. It doesn't really mean I expect us to pierce above the high. And if we do, probably not by much. But I do expect it to play inside of the bounds of like, a future range here for a little bit longer. It is my belief that we will eventually reaccumulate up here, basically meaning we're just going to form a trading range that eventually resolves more to the upside into the holidays. But yeah, very interesting again that we're getting wick fills into areas of inefficiency. I feel like if we're going to trade anything today, there could be opportunity here in the NASDAQ. Again, I would be looking for it to hold through here and trading to the upside. I'm not really entertaining the idea, again, that this is going to fall off a cliff, mostly because, again, of the sell volume here. If this was a lot higher volume, I'll say, okay, maybe during the open we push up and that gets, absorbed to the buy side and we continue selling off. But there's just not a lot of effort here. So I'm going to be quite honest with you, we just filled this wick. Like the degenerate in me says I'll probably be buying right now off just the wick fill on like super tight stop stuff. But we'll play it safe with you guys. We'll kind of see what it gives us here instead of just chasing a low. But yeah, if we get some sort of live OB or some sort of liquidity build up here into the open, I'm going to be taking a look at this. I know we were also looking at the same thing on EU, right? We were looking at EU to come down and take some of this liquidity. This seems like it's kind of lagging behind. This is what we were looking for up here. Again, beautiful. We should have just took these trades that day, to be honest. I forget what day this was. I think it was Tuesday. We were sitting up here, or maybe it was Sunday. Actually, no, I'm pretty sure. Well, what is this? It's 4 hours. 2 days ago, it's Thursday. I was sitting up here on Tuesday. We were looking at the shorts. The thing with this hasn't really filled out the wick yet, right? It hasn't filled out this wick, hasn't pushed below these lows. Ultimately, we are looking for EU to come down to 10163. But if the NASDAQ's going to pull up, this is probably going to pull up too. Or if this is going to continue to fall, the NASDAQ's going to continue to fall. So we'll have to see what this does. I think I'm going to keep more of an eye on the NASDAQ. Yeah, there's interesting. It's like a lower time frame stuff here, filling the wick. Built up liquidity, took it. Some OBs, but yeah, I'm gonna I would rather look at NASDAQ. NASDAQ is a much nicer setup. I don't really know what the other boys have. If you guys somebody wants to, if you guys have other setups that are time dependent, meaning you're looking at it right now, let me know. But I think NASDAQ is the only thing that I want to play today. Oil, I know somebody in the chat's probably asking about oil. Oil, annoyingly enough, after we took those partials up here off that Russian bombs Poland news, which actually kind of turned out to be like a dud. So if you go back to the Telegram message, right, I put Russian in little like quotation marks, because again, like for Russia to attack a country that they're not currently engaged with and only kill 2 civilians, like that just it screams mistake. It doesn't scream, you know, they were targeting like something specific. If Russia wanted to attack Poland, my point is they'd probably try to kill more than 2 people, right? They try to be more devastating than just some random road. So it ended up being Ukrainian defense missiles or something like that. So again, a lot of those fears and people that were chasing the buys into like that war news was enough to like oversupply the market and kind of bring us lower. We'll have to see what we do below these supports, but right now I'm not really looking at anything specific in oil. But this was a nice little trade that we took on Tuesday. Again, we only smacked it for partials because we were trying to swing it higher, but nonetheless, beautiful trade. If you guys did partial out on this, if you did make money, drop some 7s in the chat, let me know. Again, booking partials on this was important. If you didn't book partials on it, you definitely got smacked out at break even. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys. I see that we got the boy Kyle on the call now too. Good morning, brother. If you want to say hi to the chat, the stream, let them know you here, bro. Let us know you here too. And then if you got any charts you want to go over, that would be cool as well. Let me just check chat.
What's good,
Good morning,
everybody?
Kyle. What's up, bro?
Not much, bro. Honestly, kind of tight. I'm missing out on this EU sell right now, but we will snag an entry real soon.
Suppose somebody said, and yeah, no, I feel you, bro. I mean, this looks like one of the best setups I think we can get today. This might even be short-lived though, if I'm being honest. If we do play this, we might only come out like take this candle, and then I still believe we come down here. But yeah, for the person that asked in chats, like, I'm not really looking for indices sells. I'm really looking for the bounce. Do I see the liquidity build up on oil? On the 1 minute. Yeah, this is all early range stuff. There's nothing there you could play. I see what you're talking about. Probably on like the 5 minute lows, but not really a importance. For me, it's kind of like a higher time frame. It's like, okay. If you're talking about like liquidity buildup, like I'm talking about like between here and here, you get a nice reaction. Now you're kind of liquidating that. Like you could still hold in this area and be, bullish, because this is the quote unquote liquidity pocket that's on the higher time frames. But oil is not really something I'm watching today, family. It's really just that NASDAQ. Again, there's no point in trading everything every day. You just trade the best looking things when they're available. Let's see who made some money off oil. Let's see. That boy Ray made money off oil. Saint made some money. Kim made some money. That's it. The rest of y'all weren't here. Oh boy, y'all gotta stay tapped in. Come on now, that trade was smooth. So that would be a long candle on. I'm sorry, Ray. What was that, bro?
No, I was saying, bro, that trade was amazing, and y'all got a TP at the highs, man. Y'all can't let that many pips go and not, secure something. When you break any lower time frame high, that's a signal like you should be starting to partial out.
Yeah, that's a fact, especially on oil. When I was like, we were looking at this. I mean, like we were looking at like TP at like the wick fill, but I mean, like it played right into a 15-minute candle structure. This is all relatively the same area. Like that's where your exit is. And then I had sent them the message after this candle closed. So you maybe had, again, this was like more or less the exit. Your exit based off the Telegram message should have been somewhere in here. And if you guys are on the live stream and you guys are not in the Telegram, make sure to join that. If somebody could drop the link in the chat, that'd be great. Speaking of the boys on Zoom, I don't think the rest of you can drop it. Yeah, that was a beautiful, beautiful trade. I do, to answer your question, Saint, that is a lone candle on NASDAQ 1 hour. Yes, this is although I would say, I mean, this has like the little doji here that it's chilling with, but yeah, more or less, this is like a lone candle or continuation block setup. Same thing on EU that we're looking at, except I think this is on the 4 hour, right? The same thing. So, and this shouldn't be a bank. This should be an hourglass, which again is for my own reference. Same thing here. Same thing here. Just my own reference. Oh, whoops, I did not mean to add 3. Eric saying they overslept that day. That's all good, bro. All good. We don't blame you. You got stopped out of oil. How did you get stopped out of oil? Like, you mean after it moved, right? Because there's no way you got stopped out before it moved. Otherwise, you didn't use the recommended stop loss, or you got, yeah, I don't know what would have happened to you there. We barely went negative on oil. There wasn't even really that much drawdown. Devin said I made money on oil. Shout out to you. Shout out Kyle, UCAD, and EU paying. Yeah, boy, Kyle. Kyle, you want to go over those charts, bro? You got setups on those? Somebody said, what about gold?
Yes, sir.
I'll let Kyle go
After we're
over.
done with gold.
No. You could take it. You could take it. You're good.
Okay, but first things first, everybody drop some 777s. If you guys have been getting some value. Honestly, hold on 1 second. I'm gonna go ahead and hijack the screen. Cool. So, to be honest, guys, you guys were hearing me mention about some sells on EU. Honestly, I was actually trying to catch these since yesterday. And yesterday was actually the entry. When I pretty much came out to the session, as you guys can see yesterday, 8 o'clock open right here, right? So, if you guys are holding any entries from there, from yesterday, to be honest, we were looking for it to mitigate off of this candle. And, we were also looking for another lower time frame, smaller scenario to set up. And that's what we did. We kind of got a lower time frame distribution and that retest right here. So you could have played something like this yesterday. And, to be honest, I wasn't really alert. That was definitely my fault for not being alert to send this out. But, as we all know, the market does give infinite opportunity. For all of you guys that are kind of like, damn, I'm mad I missed it. Obviously, this would have been an amazing entry, but, there's always other entry opportunities. So, let's keep an eye out. Let's be aware that, this is that's kind of going to play out for the rest of the day. Unless something changes, which I don't really think anything might change for now. I think we're just going to continue and, maybe start like a 1 hour structure break to start a 4 hour retracement, right? So if you guys here, I always talk about once we see structure start to break on the 1 hour, we can't really depend on a reversal, but we do want to play the sells regardless, because as we can see on something like the weekly time frame, we're lining up with this candle right here on a big time frame. So, there is a possibility that these sells could play out. And then, once we reach into more of like discount range, we start taking some profits and then buying back down here, right? So this is kind of like a sell to buy scenario. But, you know, at the end of the day, this buy is more like a hedge, right? You still want to hold these sells because, you know, again, coming off of something like this weekly candle, you know, we don't know, right? We don't know, you know, whether the dollar wants to just keep going up or not, right? Because, you know, at the end of the day, the dollar has been bullish all year. So, you know, we can't doubt the strength of this. So we still want to keep dollar strength in mind. So again, guys, it would have been nice to play those sells and then play the buys again later and kind of sort of as a hedge. So we're in both sides of the market. So again, unless something changes, I kind of just see that playing out. Same thing with GU. You know, we kind of just mitigated off of this candle, right? I kind of really didn't see any smaller time frame setups on this, unless you went down to like, you know, maybe like a 1 minute or something. But you know, I didn't really get too technical with GU. Not really my pair. You know, with USDCAD, to be honest, again, I kind of have the same thing as EU. Unless something changes, you know, we should, and this was analysis that I had marked since Sunday, to be honest, or Monday. If you guys have been on these sessions, you know, locked in with me on USDCAD, I know for sure Jude is, right? You know, I don't know if everybody else that trades USDCAD has been tapped in, but like, you know, what's crazy is I actually was calling out sells from up here. So, you know, my mindset when I was in these sells, you know, I started taking profit once I started seeing like this little accumulation and us kind of playing off of this and the point that we're at with the dollar, right? You know, to be honest, guys, I'm also kind of mad I missed these buys, right? Because, you know, to be honest, we're in the same position we're at with EU, right? We want to play these sells, right? We want to play these sells. On the inverse, we want to play these buys with EU, right? On similar levels, right? We want to play those buys, right? On similar levels. But, you know, again, keep in mind, this is why it's always good to hedge, right? You know, one of my biggest trading mentors always teaches hedging the market, right? Even though you caught a sell at the top, or, you know, even though you caught a buy at the bottom, you know, at the end of the day, guys, take profits, but don't let go of your entire position until you see an opportunity to take the market in the other direction, right? Don't let go of your entire position until, you know, again, you see the market start giving you a scenario you could take in the other side, and that's when you guys could take profit. So, and obviously this is more of like a swing trading plan. So again, like, I want to start selling up here, but we also got to keep in mind the fact that, you know, this reaction could and might be the reaction that takes us past these highs. You know, I don't really think so. That's why I'm more confident in playing these sells, because I want to see us tap into something a little bit lower. But this is a possibility. So, you know, I want you guys to keep that in mind as well, right? You know, long term, we wanted to break these highs. You know, is this the candle that takes us past these highs? I don't know yet. You know, this could also be the candle that takes us past those highs. You know, to be honest, again, you know, if you do see another buying setup, great. Then we can take this sell a lot more comfortably. And if that sell does play out, then, you know, we'll get rid of our buys and vice versa. You know, we can play both scenarios. And, you know, again, with EU, we're looking for those longs, but, you know, some hedge plays with the shorts. would be great as well, because we can kind of play that sell to buy scenario. And same with USDCAD, that kind of like that buy to sell scenario. Gold, I kind of just see this thing dropping from here. Maybe we'll get a buy once we tap into something like this. Maybe this, right? Who knows? But yeah, kind of similar to like what SCAGs and stuff have on the NASDAQ and stuff. GJ, maybe we can get a nice sell setup on this. This thing is looking nice. Can you look at US30, please? Yeah. I definitely might in a second. This is definitely tricky. This is GJ. I don't really see anything yet on GJ. Yep. Unless you could play this, but I don't really see anything worth risking my money on there. That's why I don't really play GJ often. I don't like really risking my money on it. See, this is something you guys gotta keep in mind. Look at the daily time frame, right? US30 could and might drop, right? Like, you guys have to understand this. Like, it's already dropping, but the thing is, it could drop more too. Like, look at the daily time frame. This is one thing that I feel like people are overlooking, this right here. So I highlight that range, go to the 30-minute or the 1 hour. There's distribution happening right there. So, we want to play that. Like, we want to play every scenario, right? Obviously, our next range for buying would be something like this, right? I am definitely, if I was trading US30 and I'm a US30 trader, right, I'm taking that setup, right? I'm definitely taking that setup. But it would be great to maybe catch some sells before, if that's what the market gives us, right? So to be honest, again, we have a lot of imbalance to fill down a little bit in lower pricing. So if we can maintain this range, it would be dope to see this thing just like pop back up to like a 1 hour, 4 hour candle, and then we sell, kind of like an intraday play, and then you guys can hold some of that position until we come down to this buy level here. So you guys can have some risking leverage for that buy play, and you guys could have a kind of sort of like a hedge. So just in case the market decides to ultimately play off of this daily candle and just drop, because if it does, then the market is going to keep going and eventually break these lows. These relative equal lows are something to keep in mind, right? This is something to keep in mind. These lows will eventually get taken at some point, right? We also have this in the market, right? And it's crazy seeing like this perspective on indices, because it helps me with my perspective on EURUSD, GU, all of that. Seeing this daily candle changes a lot, because again, we want to be playing buys in this range, but this little distribution up top here, kind of on a lower time frame, this is something to not ignore, right? So play the sells to the buy. this would be a great play. But, you know, again, this is why we play every scenario, because, you know, we never know which one would be the swing, right? You know, the major swing could be the buy or it could be the sell, right? Everybody has their speculations, you know, everybody has their certain bias. You know, to be honest, I try not to marry a certain bias, right? I'm going to play the zones and the areas that meet my confirmations, that meet, you know, whatever it is that I look at in the market, right? Whatever I take trades off of, I'm going to wait until I see that. I'm going to be patient for that. I'm going to follow my trading plan and trade whatever I see fit. And if we do see an opportunity here on this call, for sure, I'm going to let you guys know. I'm going to give you guys a shout. I'm going to send it in the Telegram. I'm going to send it in the Profit Society community feed, right? If you guys aren't already, you know, just being active in here, you guys need to be active in here. This is where we post our New York live trading session links, right? We've been doing it on YouTube lately, but you know, in the next up and coming days, guys, like we're not gonna be doing the trading sessions on YouTube. They will be locked. It will be in our private community on the profitsociety.co. If one of the moderators could drop the links so everybody can have it. Like, guys, all of our live trading sessions and trades are in here. This USDCAD bounce, I was telling you guys, yo, I'm thinking USDCAD is gonna buy up. I saw the daily candle looking something like that. I was like, man, that level right there is looking great. And you know, what do we have? We got that USDCAD bounce. Exactly what it is that I was looking for, right? So that was 2 days of trading that you guys could have profited off of on USDCAD, just playing that bounce. You know, similar idea here with the EURUSD, right? Looking for a potential EURUSD bounce. You know, we kind of got that. It's not really, still kind of developing, but you know, you guys get the idea. I want you guys to stay tapped in. I want you guys to make an account on profitsociety.co. All of our live streams and trade ideas will be locked on here from now on. You know, there will be a point where we'll be doing, you know, less of the YouTube and more for our own private communities, for our people that, you know, invest in our mentorship, for the people that, you know, really want to learn hands-on with us, alongside us, and become the next 6 and 7 figure traders, right? So, you know, honestly, guys, keep an eye out on these setups playing out. And if anything changes and if anything sets up for an entry, I'll definitely let you guys know. But, you know, honestly, if any of the guys kind of agree, or, you know, if you guys kind of, you know, I'm seeing like similar things, you know, I saw Ray was looking at USDCAD earlier. You know, I don't know if you have anything to say about, you know, the analysis, bro, or, you know, if you were kind of looking at the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you, bro. I definitely wanted to see the market accumulate. I didn't get an entry or nothing, so you know, I'm not in it, but was just looking for some overall bearishness. I didn't get the exact pattern that I was looking for, that, you know, it didn't permit me to actually get in the trade, but overall, just from a directional bias, you know, it's doing what I expected it. I just couldn't really find a way to execute due to the retracements. Now, if it does want to retrace and push down into that imbalance sometime later today, you know, maybe that's something I could end the week with, who knows? But I do think it, you know, it's bullish, but there's a chance it could, you know, make a higher low as well. So that's all I'm looking at.
That's true. That's true. That's exactly why I gave you guys multiple scenarios and multiple zones, because again, guys, you know, we don't know exactly the swings of the market. right? We're just following market structure and our specific confirmations in our trading plan. So, if the market reaches a nice buy zone, I definitely will take it. If the market again reaches a nice sell zone, I will take it as well. And we will monitor those entries. We will monitor how the market reacts to our zones and our ideas, and we will update you guys for sure. And honestly, kind of wanted to hear from Abel. Abel, if you have any markups, bro, or if you were kind of looking at kind of sort of the same things, right? Do you see this kind of sort of bottom on the dollar being more of like a retracement to keep going lower?
Yeah,
Or
I
do you
mean,
feel like this could be an area that could accumulate and potentially break new highs? So,
I think for the dollar itself, I think we all are on the same page. Where I just see definitely a little bit more upside for the dollar for sure. And there's just a bunch of different reasons why, guys, we could be expecting dollar strength outside of just a technical perspective. Again, we did just see retail sales data come out actually higher yesterday, right? That is playing a big deal, right? Retail sales coming out higher the way it did yesterday. It's pretty much saying that people are not stopping spending, right? The demand that the Fed is trying to crush by raising interest rates, it's really not doing too much. Obviously, we did see a turn in inflation, which is good, but people are still spending, all right? Especially going into the holiday season, people are going to continue spending, right? People are going to go broke because it's the holidays, right? So we could see just a lot of fear in the markets due to that, which could give the dollar itself some room to go to the upside. All right, so I think we're all on the same page, but I just wanted to go ahead and give a perspective more from a fundamental and a sentimental and just more of a seasonality type of perspective as well, just to align with what we're looking at. But I actually do got a potential play here that I think we could take advantage of on USD CAD that I'm going to go ahead and just show you guys really quickly. Because I think there is a potential here, right, for a nice little move if we're able to see price come down to this 1.334 level, right? Which right now, guys, we're at that very interesting area, that pocket of liquidity up here, and I think there is a chance for price if we could see this thing go ahead and tumble, which I think there is a chance for that to actually happen. All right, I think around this area over here, guys, could be a very nice area just to catch at least a buy into this liquidity pocket that we have up here. All right, so that's a potential play that I'm gonna be keeping my eyes on. I like how it formed. I like how how the reaction was, especially after capturing all this trendline liquidity. I think there could be a very good chance, especially down here, to look for that long. Just back up to this area. Obviously, the market can break it, and I do think that eventually it will break it. But there's also a chance that when we do get above those highs, that we do see another pullback. All right, so I'd rather just go ahead and close out right up in these levels, right? And that's giving us, a 2-to-1 risk reward if you put your stop loss all the way down at the swing low, right? That's just a nice little 2-to-1. Obviously, you can adjust it if you want to, but that's just more so me giving you guys a more safer way of really approaching this if you did want to do it, right? So I think it looks good, right? It looks pretty juicy in my opinion. Now, if we go to lower time frame as well, again, I think there's even a chance for us to go ahead and go lower. Or not. I'm personally not going to try to take this trade, right? But I am seeing, guys, that we are seeing, some structure that could potentially see something like this right now. Again, this is 1 minute time frame, so this is extremely volatile, right? But I think we have some more liquidity down here, even on the 1 minute, right? So that's just pretty much aligning with what I want to see anyways. Because if we do see this sell off, then that's going to give us that opportunity to catch that buy. But just looking how we're playing right now, I don't know. There could be a chance for the market to react somewhere above these highs. So we'll see. We'll be waiting on it. I'm gonna be patient with this, but my main objective is definitely probably to catch this buy down here around this 1.334 area. I think it looks very juicy in my opinion. All right. So what do you guys think about that, Ray? I know. I want to hear what you guys think about it. Kyle, I want to hear what you guys think about it. I think it looks pretty good, right? Just to catch this little nice lower time frame setup.
I like that, to be honest, bro. I agree. It aligns with my analysis. I'm looking for that temporary bullishness into that inefficiency range to potentially take us down later on this week or maybe next week. So, you know, that buy it looks juicy, bro. And I'll definitely take it with your name, bro.
It does. I mean, it definitely looks good. I mean, chat. What do you guys think, chat? Right. I know we got some savages on the call. How are you guys feeling about this setup? All right. Let's have this communication. Right. I think it looks pretty good. It's definitely something that passes my criteria in terms of setup. I like where we're actually taking the trade as well, where we have evidence of the momentum finally really coming into the market, at least for a bullish play, right? That causes the break of structure. So yeah, I think it could give us a nice opportunity. Now, one thing that you guys can do as well is, I mean, if you could just be a lot more patient and just wait for structure to shift as well, right? Like if we do come down into this pocket down here and we see that break of structure, right, then that can go ahead and give you the potential play as well, right? Being a little bit more conservative if you want to, right? But I think it looks pretty juicy. All right, I think it looks really, really good. But let's see how you guys are feeling in the chat. Let's see, how much is it to be a part of the Profit Society? So that's going to be 129 a month when we actually do launch. Again, we're going to be on YouTube. Just to clarify, we're going to be on YouTube for as long as we are still finalizing all the back end work, right? Because the type of website, the type of platform that we're creating is definitely involving a lot more, a lot of tweaking, right? Just to make sure that it does exactly what it needs to do, right? So obviously we could be on YouTube for the next week, for the next 2 weeks, who knows, right? We'll definitely be keeping you guys up to date though with that. So for the time being though, we're gonna give you guys this sauce, this value, and these opportunities for sure, guys. But I think this is I think it's gonna be a very good play though. Once we do launch for sure, I'm excited for it. Let me hear your thoughts on GBPAUD. Looking for those highs to get ran through. Let's go take a look at. I mean, pound Aussie again. That's more of Ray's thing, right? He's been abusing pound Aussie this entire week, right? Like absolute. Was it pound Aussie? It was pound Aussie, right, Ray? I believe it was pound Aussie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, they want to hear your thoughts on that one, right? They think it's gonna run the highs. What are you thinking?
Uh, Let me pull it up. I can't. I wasn't even paying attention to it, honestly. Let me see. I'm holding. I'm holding. I already secured some partials around this low. So, I mean, it could run the highs for all I care. I done caught 1,000 pips on GA this week. So, like it could run the high. I'm not changing my personal analysis personally because the market has to move in zigzag. Like it can't just go in a straight direction all the time. So, you know, this here doesn't scare me. You know what I'm saying? What I am looking at is this as a weak low. This is a weak low, and this is a weak low. So again, I have highs that are taking liquidity, and I have lows that are creating liquidity. So in my opinion, the market is more likely to go bearish. Now, if it goes bullish, then so be it. But I'm bearish. Yeah, it's just building. Like the more it hits and doesn't break, the more likely it is to break. Like it's just building money right here. So
Yeah.
that's what I believe is happening. Who knows? I could be wrong. I haven't been wrong this week. So, but I could be. I'm still human. But I'm going with the sales personally. Like I'm not gonna let that little retracement stop, take me out of my sell. So I'm good. Yeah.
For sure.
You can take a chart back if you want, though.
Yeah. I mean, again, the only thing like I said, I know I'm just gonna be focused on this UCAD for sure. All right, that's gonna be my focus. But I do like that GA too. I do think there's a lot more liquidity to attract to the downside. So that's That looks really good. I mean, let's see what else we got here, guys. Let's just take a look at the rest of the market. How are the indices looking? This is about to open up in about literally 3 minutes as well. All right, so we're gonna take a look at these indices, see how the market reacts with them. Let's see what we got here. All right, yeah, so we got about 3 minutes. I wonder how the market's gonna react around this play right here. It's gonna be interesting. Right, but what are you guys looking at, fellas? Right, anything else you guys looking at that looks attractive?
I'm looking at buying this piece of junk here in a moment, actually.
Nas, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I see a piece of junk.
We'll see what's good. She a little drippy before the open for was probably no reason other than just early pre-market liquidations. People chasing,
This thing is dripping.
well, people were probably chasing the support. So these are all probably just early people getting stopped out. But yeah, I'm gonna actually hijack this because I've been while you guys are talking, I've just been watching a 5-minute chart. I'm just watching this unfold. Um, so yeah, I'm probably gonna be the person that chases this. I don't know if I've read about right after the open. I mean, this candle probably would have been worth trying, but we haven't opened yet, and I don't play till 5 minutes after the open. So it's just I'm in a kind of like a blacklist window for my trading. But yeah, man, I like these the fact that we're now below this wick in this imbalance. This is like a lower time frame area I'm looking at, and if this decides to completely spilling over, it's gonna go for down here. So, I see the potential for it to spill over, yeah, but I also see the reason why I would be looking to get into potential buys. And again, I'm just playing the broader 4-hour range, right? My idea is that the way this ultimately plays out is just something like this, where we continuously kind of build up liquidity just to kind of take off again next week or something. So again, this is like a kind of end of week trade that I'm looking at, but I will let you guys know if I see anything that I want to execute off of, because I will be watching this closely here in the next 10 minutes. And basically what I'll be looking for is just stronger effort to come in on the volume and some price action patterns, and see what happens with this wick here, because you guys also know I believe that wicks fill. So it's like no matter what happens, this wick is going to be suspect to me if we close like this. So it don't even matter if we go straight up like this. I'm still going to expect at some point for this wick to come fill. So yeah, we're on the sidelines until we see what kind of happens here right after the open. But I would like to see this immediately fill, try one more time, and then close back up, and I'm going long for sure.
For sure.
Yeah, no, 100%. I'm just gonna push the button. I'm just gonna walk away from my computer, and that's gonna be today. Keeping in mind, family, right? I want to just bring the perspective back into picture for you. I remain long from 10,400, so I'm still 1,000 points in profit. I'm not really gonna care if I take a little L today. But we did just open. Of course, this candle wants to test up right away. Come fill this wick, baby. We're gonna see if we get the wick fill. If not, I might wait till 10 a.m. Right? Because I always tell you guys 10 a.m. is the next like volatility trigger for indices usually. So if it does take off without me, I'm gonna just sit on my hands like a good patient trader.
Nah,
Let's see.
I'm waiting with you, bro. I'm waiting with you for sure.
Yeah, I mean, the degenerate me, if I wasn't on stream, probably would have took this wick, honestly. But with everybody else, I'll be a good patient trader with y'all. We're gonna quote unquote safer setup, even though this is probably some of the safest price action you could have been playing. Possible gold buys still active. I was not looking at gold buys myself, but we were watching this NASDAQ closely here.
Let me see. I'll take a look.
Yeah, might just go. What do you recommend so I can learn how to use or read volume indicator? So the thing with the volume, of course, this thing is just flying. I knew I should have just taken this stupid trade, bro. I know better than this.
Don't think.
I know, that's what, because I hate it, bro. I do hate it. I'm gonna be waiting around all day for a trade that's never gonna come back for me now.
Oh, it's gonna come back.
Nah, because if it erases something like this, it's a whole different market environment. It's like if this
Ooh.
pushes up and then it just erases, then it's completely different than had it filled the wick first. But it is what it is. Maybe we get a little retest of this candle.
Pump
Like
it.
that's like the live OB logic. Cause like the live OB logic would be like if you wick the top of this candle again, especially if you wick it and you start closing back up, like you got to just unbiasedly take it with risk to the wick. It's just annoying though, because you guys know me, I love wick fills. So for me to put my stop loss like right here is like me begging to get stopped out. But sometimes you have to chase a trade like that. So this next 5 minute, if this does close pretty strong up here, the next 5 minute candle immediately shoots down and then starts closing up. You have to take it. I mean, realistically, you're gonna get filled like here. You're not gonna get that like perfect entry here. So realistically, you get filled a little bit higher. But then again, like you're looking, I mean, we would be looking for, like a wiper like these highs here, like ultimately. So it's like when you extend your stop loss out like that, it's still like a 1 to 10. So like, would I take something like that? Like, yeah, 1,000%. And like you have the 15 minute live OB that's still printing. So like, I'm just being like annoyed because I knew that this was gonna be like a potential low. So it's just like I could have been more perfect than I'm gonna, regrettably be here. So it is what it is. But again, we'll see what the market gives us. I'm sure some people are just hearing me talk and they're just generally buying, even though I haven't entered. But you guys get the idea. If you do enter this trade, 11,495 is your stop. You guys don't want any more risk than that. But again, I don't play the first 5 minute candle usually. Playing before it, yeah, if I want to be a degenerate. But usually I let the 5 minute open candle do what it needs to do. And we did see, again, like I said, this is what we were looking for. We wanted to see it close up nice on higher buy effort. So I'm pretty convinced this will see. I'm pretty convinced this is gonna close higher than its pre-market open. I was gonna say higher than its open, but its open is down here. So I'm pretty sure we'll get that. We'll get that erase of the pre-market kind of moves. Let's just go look at what a few other things are doing for the lols. Let's see. EU. See, like, this is not really what I was looking for. Okay. Gold. Yeah. Still probably be pretty sound. Again, I'm gonna see what kind of retest we get on this next 5 minute candle, though. I will say if the next 5 minute candle erases this and we do end up coming to fill this wick, then the way I'm going to play this is I'm going to buy it at 10:05. So like 10 o'clock so if the open doesn't hold basically, right? So we erase this, we don't get just like a simple retest and close up. We actually wipe this candle and move into this wick, which this thing is just going to shoot because it's annoying. But if we were to get that, then the plan would be to like buy in this zone down here right at like 10 a.m. Expecting that 10 a.m. candle to be the one that triggers us. But it looks like this is gonna be a no trade for me because I missed it. The only other thing that I could recommend on this at this point is to again hope that the next 15-minute candle comes down and tests into this live OB. I'm just not going to chase this. I have no financial reason to chase this because I'm already long the market for much lower, so I don't need to add more risk. This is just going to give me my money back. But yeah, I would hope the next 15-minute candle comes down, tests into here, and again, it's just same setup, different time frame. But yeah, she looks like she's gonna run without us. I should have just put us all into it. Oh well, regret is regret. We're not gonna chase it.
Hell no. We let that thing go.
Who is RSI? Where do you see RSI on my charts? What are you talking about? I bet you couldn't even answer me when I ask you what candle closures mean. Well, you just gonna troll? Listen, bro, if you wanna break down a chart for us, let us know. If you wanna identify how good and great you are, let us know. Throw a trade, my guy. Because I do this live. I'm floating live from down here. So I don't know. I don't know who you're trying to test, but you better come with some data. All right, let's see what this 15-minute closes as and see if we can get this little retest. I'm trading. Okay. You're more than welcome to go check out my page where I have my FX books, but okay. Not gonna entertain trolls today. You don't care about profits, you care about percentages? Okay. They're two sides of the same coin, but okay. On one side you have percentages, on one side you have profits. They're both different measurements of the same thing. Oh, I love trolls. They're so fun.
You know how it is. I know what I'm still looking for. I'm just waiting on this UCAD, fellas and ladies and gentlemen. I'm still waiting on the UCAD play. I'm gonna be patient. Um, see what it can give us. Because if we can get down to that
Or you guys
1.334,
to pull back to here?
yeah, I want to see below those lows.
Under here, I should say.
Yeah.
I can agree with that. I don't really like the volume coming in on this push up though.
Well, I'm actually gonna be looking at higher than there. All right, I'm looking at it from the 5-minute time frame. I would like to see around the.
Oh, you're looking above here? Oh, this is the one. Okay.
Yeah, I want to see below around the 1.333, 1.334. So like right below that. I mean, let me share. I'll share my screen real quick.
No, I see what you're looking at. You're looking at already.
Yeah, I want to see that level hold, that little pocket. I think we can really see some movement to the upside off of there.
I would want to. I mean, in this case, like the only thing that would convince me to get into a buy on this would be a lot of sell side absorption. I would need to see sell effort like this come in and us hold structure. That's kind of why I look at like this wick fill, because what I would want to see is like price move down here on aggressive sell action, which will lead to absorption, and then we could play, something on the lower time frame in this area. But yeah, that's what I prefer to see. But if you get like an intraday move today, that could be pretty good. I'd probably sit that one out though, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, no, I'm waiting for that one all day long.
Don't get stopped out there.
It looks like this will close. Curious if we can grab a retest here. Still got 5 minutes though. Yeah, even this candle didn't really reach down far enough for us. Yeah, we have that nice buy volume coming. This is definitely a risk I'd be willing to take. Again, still targeting, revisits of 11,950. Ultimately, again, I do expect this to create broader ranges up here, so not going to really shoot for the new high, but again, I wouldn't expect or wouldn't be surprised if we do tap this and again just establish that broader range that I expect up here before we can get more of those holiday rallies, and then again hopefully pushing up into a lot of this inefficiency. So 12,800 still on the board before the next Fed meeting, maybe. I mean, we're about 27 days away or so, I think, from December 14th. And we kind of already know what they're going to do December 14th, right, family? We already know they're going to more than likely increase the expectations for future federal fund rates. However, there is reason to believe they will increase the target rate. But again, I still do believe we're closer to ticking down to those 50 basis point hikes than we are to continuously riding out 75. But we'll get our answer next meeting. Considering we have new CPI data that pushed us below 8%. So we'll have to take a look to see what the Fed really wants to do, because just because we want them to get less aggressive doesn't mean they will. And again, with increasing targets, it may be wise to, again, also stay aggressive for the meantime. Man, we should have I really regret not just executing off this. I see this guy. Yeah, shout out to you guys in the chat, man. Listen, people always gonna be they want to be the way they want to be. I mean, I do this live with you guys on here. I execute live in front of you. I show you guys my withdrawals on Instagram. I show you guys my FX books on Instagram. So it's like I really don't have time to entertain trolls like that, right? It's just like there's gonna be 1,000 more people like him. Like I'm really just not gonna entertain it. But I appreciate the people in the chat that are that we're going back and forth with him. Again, you guys you guys see what we do live. So, you know, to each their own, man. Listen, all I know is I wish I had time to go in other people's streams and talk shit. Wait, which sometimes I do too. So, you know, what goes around comes around, right, family? Did anyone degenerately hop into this NASDAQ though? Again, I wasn't fully recommending it. I would have loved to see the pullback. I still believe that we'll get another opportunity this week. Again, I don't think this will solidify itself. So I'm gonna sit on the sidelines with this. It is unfortunate to see my trade idea working out without me being able to execute off of it. But again, I should have just chased the market. I was trying to flex a little bit of discipline on you guys, but sometimes that extra discipline punishes you more than anything. But again, we're not too concerned. We're already in long-term buys. Somebody said I hopped on AU long. Who was that? Eric? Yeah, it was Eric. Hopped on AU longs. Yeah, he finally wiped this reaccumulation. I don't really like where it played off of. There's not really anything on that time frame. Yeah, there's not really anything that I specifically would have been looking at on this to warrant me hopping in, but I know you got your own confirmations. Yeah, other than being below the reaccumulation and expecting liquidity to come in, but I don't know if you're going to get what you want out of this. But if NASDAQ moves like it should, this should again also move in correlation with that bias against the dollar. So nonetheless, setup not as clear to me, but as long as it's clear to you, that's all that matters. All right, so we got 1 minute left in this 15-minute, and then we'll see what we got. If we get trolls coming up here, that means we're doing something. That just means we growing, family. That just means the channel is growing, and that comes from you guys again, liking the stream, hitting that subscribe button. We appreciate y'all that do rock with us. Again, I'm not gonna really entertain. That's why I just kind of waited off. Like after he made 4 comments, you just okay. I get what you're doing. You're new here. We understand. We appreciate you guys coming to the defense. It pulled back on SP 500 1 minute time frame imbalance. You know, I pay for TradingView and I don't use the multi-chart option. Let's get both of these up here side by side. All right, I pay for this. Why not? What's this, a 5 minute? Yeah, it looks like they pulled back a little bit more. Slightly less volatile is what it really is. Somebody said I took US30 before the open 15-minute live OB, hit my 1 to 2 and got out. Before the open. Where were you playing? Were you playing? I don't even know. Yeah, I'm not sure where you were playing before the open, unless you meant like this. Beautiful trade, though. It's just unfortunate that we're not in it. What pair is that? On the right side, we have NASDAQ. On the left side, we have the S&P 500. I know Abel looking at GBPJPY shorts for 1,000 pips. I don't know, Abel, is that true? You got a 1,000 pip trade you didn't share with me, bro?
I mean, I shared it publicly multiple times. It actually ended up
Oh,
dropping
man,
for
I don't know
like,
where I've been.
it dropped like 600, 700 pips from where we initially started talking about it.
If I was in NAS, how long would I hold it? That's a good question. So, I mean, for me, again, it's all technical targets, right? So again, we were playing the dip, and I guess me moving to a new chart got rid of all my analysis for some reason, but we were playing, again, the dip below this wick into some of that inefficiency. Again, like I told you guys, a lot of this moving pre-market like this on low volume probably wasn't going to hold. So that's why we were initially looking for buys down here again. That price action to volume divergence, which is my bread and butter in terms of trading. All right, so and in terms of like how long I would hold this, because I'm expecting this to like establish a broader range, and again sit here and reaccumulate. I'm going to expect it at least to come back up and flirt up with the highs. So like the safest entry or the safest exit would be like once we kind of breach this level, looking at like 11,930. This is where I would usually tell people this is where you scale off like 30% of your trade. I mean, according to the trading plans, the first break of structure is where you should scale off 30%. But because I'm playing the broader range, I would be looking to take 30% at 11,930. You get another push above here, but we close back below because again, remember, I'm expecting this to range out. So I'm expecting this to be like a broader range low. And then again, of course, we'll have all the internal range stuff. And then you come up like this, and again, we come back into the range. Then yeah, you maybe close another 20%, leave 50% of your trade open. But ultimately, I do expect us to come play with these lows again before we break out higher. Again, is this the exact roadmap that it's going to take? No, we take it day by day and we just follow what we see. But that's, again, like in my head, how I see the broader term things kind of stick out. So again, like if you did chase this trade, and again, like I'm sorry I just didn't throw you guys in this. But I'd rather you guys see me exerting a little bit of discipline rather than just chasing markets. So if you did take, again, that setup, even if you were late to it and you were in up here, why can't I click this? Right, and you're looking at something like this again. Even to here, it's a 1 to 6, which is a beautiful risk to reward. I'll trade anything that's above a 1 to 3, typically shooting for like 1 to 4s. But you guys know extended targets are always 1 to 6, 1 to 10, 1 to whatever. We'll let trades run as long as they're meant to run.
1 to 44.
And continue to kind of push. So yeah, we're looking at above 11,933, which anywhere up here. But this is once you get
1
this
to 44.
1 to 40, 1 to 44 is the guys. I can't with y'all. Yeah, 1 to 44 is currently lower up. Again, though, we booked partials on this, so it's not a realistic way to say it, but I mean, this is now it's EU. EU is the this was 1 to 25 at the high. Yeah. EU is the 1 to 44, guys. I don't even know where the hell it is, but yeah.
1 to 100.
I've never captured a 1 to 100. To be quite honest with you, that sounds like you'd have to have an incredibly tight stop on like a move very similar to these. Again, these were like pretty average stops. They were like 15 pips. This was like 40 points. Which are pretty average for me.
GA is tanking again, by the way. So I hope y'all didn't get out of those sales for whoever's got in with me.
I'm on a daily. I'm sitting here like that's tanking.
For me, it is. I trade on the 1 minute.
Yeah, no. I was on the daily though. I was like, this thing is not even moving down, bro. Nah, that's nice though. I mean, on GA, this is good pips, 40 pips. I'm on a Wanda chart. Yeah, the Owanda chart might be a little bit different. Whatever matches your broker the best. Got in Nas long in this 5-minute candle. You're not interested in oil longs anymore after we formed new low. I mean, NASDAQ was just the more clear trade to me today. Like oil, dude, I feel you. It's in the liquidity pocket. Like I'm definitely with you. I was just more because I still have positions long on oil that survived from like the lows here. So for me, it's like because this thing has like refused to like really move, is like I'm kind of just chilling with what I already have. I'm kind of got tired of striking new positions on oil. Is like really what it is. If we can get like a nice structure break, then yeah, I'll find some like shorter term pullbacks and I'll get back in. But after like this position, we took those partial profits and then we got broke even on the lack of like that, Russian bomb news or whatever. Again, which is what we took profit on after from the lack of movement from that. I need to see something before I keep committing to buys over and over and over on this. That's why I was like NASDAQ's like the better trade setup today because this was like a really obvious, trade to me. So again, it's not one that I was able to execute off of. But it is what it is, It's just a day where I'm adding more experience to the tank, Got an oil at 83.15. Yeah, I mean, listen, if you can get a little bounce on it, you could try to hold it. Again, I like the idea that we find accumulation or demand down here. It's just I don't really believe in any of these like lows. Like even now, like look, it's like it's just struggling to hold any sort of demand. Like look, we put like a lot of volume came in the market here. It wasn't able to sustain any of that demand. Sellers started coming back in. Like it just kind of reads to me still that like buyers just don't have a full grasp on the supply and demand yet. So until I see that, it's just I'm tired of striking and breaking even. So if I have to join later in the trend, then so be it. But you got it at 83.15, yeah, which again is like probably is your broker price because TradingView doesn't have that low. So I'll assume it's like about $1 difference. No, that's not a good assumption. Yeah, I don't know what the TradingView price on your entry is, but maybe CO1 has more accurate pricing. Okay, yeah, if this is like more accurate, like you took the sweep of the lows and like it coming back up. Again, it's flirting with your entry price. I would just be careful. I would be careful. It just doesn't scream fully confident setup for me. So we can see this is taking the lower time frame continuation block. That's kind of cute. So yeah, we got 10 a.m. coming in here now. Yeah, I don't know how long you boys want to stay on stream, but I might take a look at this 5 minutes after 10. So I don't know if anybody has any stuff they want to talk to until 10 a.m. or whatever, but that's kind of what I'm looking at. Again, I don't know if people executed off this. I personally didn't, so I'm not going to update you guys as if I'm in it, but if you guys need updates in the community and stuff like that, I'll be more than happy to kind of give that out. Somebody said USDCAD's coming down to entry. Is anybody watching that? Grabbed a re-entry on ECAD. I mean, well, we are at the tail end of our stream. We did go over EU. I mean, a few of us kind of went over it. For me, I would still, again, because I'm long on NASDAQ, I do expect this to kind of follow suit if we get that. I will say though, on EU, I would be trading more to the downside still expecting a little bit more dollar strength to come in. I do think we'll reclaim these 102.80 levels, looking at, you know, potentially 101.70 more or less. Before we continue buying, as you guys know, we are holding, you know, down from like the 96 range was like the last place I really executed buys off of. So I am looking again below 101, you know, 70 for me to get that re-entry. If you did want to try to take EU to the downside later today, depending on how much NASDAQ pops off. Yeah, for me, honestly, I probably wouldn't be looking to strike EU unless it was like above here, back into like this candle. And then again, you might even like liquidate that. So I'd probably be looking at, if I was gonna try to take these EU sells, would probably be like from right above this structure at 104.41. Again, I can only base my stop loss off of what currently exists. So we'll say this wick, but you guys know, again, as it gets up here, we tighten it up based off the structure that's up here. I want to show you guys where this like setup has like recently played is on like US oil. It's like the same kind of setup we got like overnight here. Right, where you have, let me just delete this, right? Like this is that same wick on EU. This is that same structure we're looking to get taken out. Like this is more or less where we are like now. You know, so we're looking for it to again just push up above that, and then we could play, you know, these kind of, you know, moves. That's kind of exactly the same setup I'd be looking at on like EU here. Again, there's your wick, there's your high, where we currently are, and then just the path back up, and then we can potentially take some shorts. But I wouldn't be playing inside of here. Again, we are bearish to these areas, but I wouldn't be trading where we currently are. So that's my idea on EU though. You guys can go back and again, I'm pretty sure Kyle went over it. I'm pretty sure Abel threw in his thoughts. So they may have little various different opinions than I do, but that's what I see. Am I taking
Yeah, I'm
NAS on the
seeing the
pullback?
same thing,
I'm not
bro.
looking at NAS. I'm sorry, Kyle. I'm not looking at NAS until after 10 a.m. So we'll have to see what it looks like at 10 a.m.
No, but I'm seeing the same thing, bro. Skies, like, man, like honestly, like it depends on whatever like the 10 o'clock candle does. But we may be able to snag a sell entry today if we can return to the daily open, right? So like I don't know if you can go to the daily candle and mark the open. Yeah, like just mark that. Just put like a line right
Well,
there.
I mean, I know where that is. It's right below. It's right
Okay.
below this other structure. It's like right here.
Yeah, so if the 10 o'clock candle could surprise us and could come up there, like that's
Yeah.
perfect.
My problem is though, is like because I expect the NASDAQ to do something today, that I probably would look higher on EU because I'd want NAS to move a little nicer. To be honest though, this hour candle out of NAS, I mean, it's not terrible, but obviously not as nice if we were going to close this in engulfing. Again, we'll see how the 10 a.m. action comes in. Maybe, yeah, we'll have to see how this closes. I really don't even want to chase this, to be honest with you guys. I personally, like I told you guys on, I don't think it was yesterday. I believe it was on Tuesday's stream because I wasn't really on much yesterday, but on Tuesday's stream, I said, like, guys, I usually execute between 6 a.m. and like 8:30, right? I'm usually done by like 9:30, 10 a.m. So like, again, like 10 a.m., like this 10:05 would be like my last opportunity to like maybe partake in the market for today. But typically, like by this time of the day, guys, I'm done. Like I'm not really looking to trade. So like I'm not eagerly looking to jump into this. Like I really have no reason to trade today. But if it produces something that's worthwhile, maybe. But I personally, to be honest, like this late in the day, I'm kind of just trying to enjoy my day. I don't really want to be glued to managing a new NASDAQ position when I'm already long for much lower.
I feel that.
Yeah, see Devin feels me, bro. Once you make your good money, bro. So 700 for the day, bro. What's that? Just under 1%, bro. Very good for the day. A little less than 1%. That probably means you weren't risking too much as well. Again, that's sub 1% risk. Beautiful way to manage your money, bro. That's all you need. That's all you need. Can we check out GJ? Yeah, if I could type, we could maybe pull it up. Yeah, so GJ hasn't done a damn thing all week. Yeah, I'm still mostly short bias, but I'm still waiting to see if I can get above 167.40. Like I still want to try to get above 167.40 before I execute anything to the downside on this. This has played around a lot up here. Really no clear UTAD or LPSY for me. There's no major sell volume here. This is all choppy, bro. I don't even like this. It's finding volume on both sides. Yeah, this honestly, if I had to build a path for this, we'd probably sweep these lows and then play. Again, I'm biased because I want it to come up here. So there's no idea I have on this, especially with all this inefficiency and just the way that I trade. Like all my confirmations, I would need this whole move taken out. The only thing I would maybe try is if I wanted to buy it up to this area, because again, this is all very efficient down here. So any sort of liquidity grab could be very opportunistic. But I probably want even below here. So I would say if it printed something specific like absorption or something below here, and this is like a giant zone. So I mean it's 35 pips. It's actually not that big. Yeah, but depending how we play down here, I might be interested in like taking a buy up towards where I want to sell it. But again, this is like a larger macro move that I'm looking for. So for me, it's like I'm really not trying to do anything on the long term until we get up to 167, 70, which again I get is like 200 pips away. So like taking advantage of the buy up to that area could be very lucrative. It's just again, I'm not interested at its current prices. It's not giving me any sort of structure. There's not even like major absorption happening or anything. So there's like all the signs that I usually look for in a trade to actually execute on isn't here. And I deal more in executable environments, and I do like trying to give you the 1,000 different possibilities that could happen inside of here. So yeah, GJ, I would just tell you guys to remain a little bit more patient on that. If you do get these pushes to the downside, again, you can maybe execute off some buys, but until we're alive and we see that, I'm not gonna try to throw you guys in something. All right, so let's see how NASDAQ opened up this new candle.
Somebody asked, how do you go on with your day after trading as a professional trader? As normal people.
Well, I mean, you're not really asking me my professional advice. You're kind of just asking me about my personal life. Like, what do I do, bro? I bump house music. I toke. I play some games. I get food. I live life, bro. You hit the gym. You know,
Yeah, I'll go
that's
to the
like,
gym.
yeah. I mean, just like that. That's your time, bro. I mean, there's really no answer there besides whatever you want to do with your life. I mean,
You
but I
got to do
mean,
something other
if you're
than
having
trading.
problems, like you keep coming, like I mean, don't mistake me saying that because I don't trade after 10 a.m. like I'm not looking at the markets. It's just that I'm typically not executing. I'm just monitoring and keeping up with like potential news that's happening throughout the day. But yeah, there's really nothing specific. After your trading day is over, it's like asking like, what do you do after work? It's like, well, whatever you want, bro. Like, don't let me tell you how to live your life. So that's like the most honest
How
answer.
would you guys answer that?
Yeah, exactly. Like that's something for you to answer, not for me to answer. Like I hope it's something fun though. Like let me know if you go to the spa, go get a massage. I don't know. To be honest with you guys, the way I would have wanted to play this open was if we erased the open of this. But again, I'm not gonna chase this.
Productive thing to do would be to
You got that order
retest.
block retest. I would like to see it actually go into the candle. Maybe you still get that. But yeah, I would actually like to see it retest a little bit below the open. Again, it's probably not going to do that.
Somebody
But for those
said,
of you that are already long and already trading in this direction, I mean, you guys have this set up. Push it towards 11,950, book your partials, and enjoy the rest of your week. Let's see.
sheesh, drop
Nas
a
looks
dollar
bearish
sign in the
still.
chat.
No, I mean, it's gonna look bearish until it's not, and then it's just like it's gonna look bullish till it's not. Like, I mean, look how bullish this looks. This looks really bullish. It's extremely bullish, but that's also the high. So it's always gonna look one way until it's not. Exit replay mode, please. There we go. Volume slows down at that time as well, so you get diminished returns. Yeah, I mean, Kyle actually believes the opposite of me. Like I say the same thing. I say there's really no real opportunities after 10 a.m. If you're not already in. But Kyle likes to execute around that 10, 11 a.m. I've noticed. Several times he's told me like the market hasn't even moved yet. I'm like, all right, say that.
Nah, the thing is,
I'm
that's
catching that
true. Like,
USDCAD after 10, so
honestly, the 10 a.m. candle could be a good entry. Like, stay woke. Like, that's another thing.
yeah, that's all I have for you guys though. If you guys executed on NASDAQ, again, you guys have the plan. I will say, just so you guys know how I would have pushed this. I mean, if you can get back above the 9 a.m. high, so above this 11,600 area, I'd probably go break even on it. Because again, it's after 10 a.m. and I'm not really looking to repush the button. So if it's going to come back to entry, I'm just going to want to be out of it. So if you do get above here, you can go break even. You could, again, depending on your entry, if you wanted to go break even now, you could. That wouldn't be a part of my plan though. So break even above 11,600 if you can get there. If not, your risk is your risk. And then ideally, I would want to partial out above these highs, but another great partial area is above this continuation block because you have the push above both of these highs. And then again, you guys know how we feel about this candle structure and what we what we witnessed off of it. Not going to go deep into that right now, but again, 11,820 is a great take profit area as well. If you don't think it's going to be able to stretch up to 11,930. You could also just do 20% here, 30% there, then keep half floating. Again, manage your money the way you see fit. If you only have a 0.01, then make whenever you're happy, close that out. Yeah, family, anything else? Abel, Kyle, Ray, chat. If you guys have anything left in the chat, make sure you guys throw that in there before we wrap up. But how you boys feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm just keeping my eye on this UCAD, like I've been saying. So I'm just gonna keep my eye on this. I'm still looking for that entry, like I mentioned, around that 1.344, just to get us a nice move up into this pocket liquidity right up at that 1.34 level. So I'm just gonna be patient. I'm gonna see what the market does. I mean, it's coming down to that area. It's very, very close to it. But yeah, I'm just gonna be very patient on this, right? So I'm gonna share my screen so you guys can see what I'm talking about here for USD Again, this is what I'm personally taking, risking 1% on it. I think there's a good chance for us to at least, again, because the market does move in waves, right? I think Ray is the one who said that earlier, and it is true, right? So I think there could be a chance for us to, around this area, go ahead and target and give us potentially a new high above these levels, just getting us into this pocket of liquidity up here. So that's literally just a quick little move that I'm looking for. Right now, once we get up into that pocket of liquidity, that's where we could see price want to come down and possibly fill the rest of the imbalance that could be down below this level right here, right? And then come down, test these lows again. But for right now, an intraday move, I think that this could be a very interesting setup for sure. That I'm comfortable risking 1% on it, so I'm definitely gonna be taking this for sure. All right, seeing what happens. See if this low can hold. Again, if this low right here doesn't hold, then yeah, we're probably gonna go all the way back down to these lows, right? All the way back down here, and we don't want to be in it anyway. So, but that's what I'm looking for. I'm gonna keep my eyes on it, see how it goes, see how it plays out. Again, it could happen next. I mean, it could happen soon, right? But that's pretty much what I'm looking for today's setup, or for me personally. What else? What else are you guys looking at? Anything else that you guys are specifically looking at? I'm just focused on this.
No, I did just want to answer a question in the chat by Mar. So he was asking, how do you get the volume profile? You just go to indicators and then volume. It's literally like the one that we're using is just the volume indicator. There are more advanced volume indicators that I do use when doing my own analysis, like the paid ones, but they're like a mess on the chart, so I typically don't leave them there. But yeah, it's literally just the volume indicator. And then we will explain volume. I'll explain volume profile and price action divergence in its own video. I'll maybe make a YouTube video for you guys on that to explain just the basics of using the volume indicator and like the best ways to apply that. There are a lot of ways. You need to use a lot of chart time with it, but I will make you a video breaking that down rather than going over it on a live. This way the content doesn't get lost and other people could benefit from that as well. So just make sure you're subbed and we'll get that out to you guys. Also, shout out to the 30 or 40 of you guys that subbed while we're on here. Definitely appreciate that. Again, sorry about the NASDAQ execution. If you did execute on your own, that's great. That's, don't thank me for it. Thank yourself for it. Manage the trade wisely, as I showed you guys. And that's all I really have for you guys today. So yeah, that's everything from me. I'm tuning out. Boys, you guys can take over the rest.
Nice. So I'm just gonna be watching this, guys. Like I said, seeing what the market does give us. I'm not sure if Kyle or Ray has anything that they want to look over as I just continue to be patient with this. Because what I really want to see, guys, is again, I want to see the market come down into this level and then give us that nice structure shift, right? That can really give us that confidence to go higher. All right, so that's really gonna be my play. Down to here, see the market give us that nice break, and then we'll go ahead and ride it up. Yeah, I think it looks very good for sure. Let's see, nice favorite gap on USDCAD in that area. I think it looks good. I'm definitely gonna be playing that for sure. Let's see. Yeah, I still find more often than not I'm not seeing the right things with the volume indicator. It definitely takes some time to actually learn volume, right? It's obviously a tool that it says a lot, just by identifying it. But it definitely took me, especially lately. I've been trying to get into volume myself, and it's been taking a little bit of getting used to, just understanding how to read the candles, read the momentum off of the candles and things like that. All right, but it is powerful, right? Especially once you do get it. So Yeah. Let's see. Thoughts on current GA sell? I'll take a look at GA. Let's see what we got here. All right, for GBP AUD. Again, I I know Ray already has spoke about this, right? And I think he was Ray. Are you still there, Ray? What specifically were you looking for on GA? Because I don't want to contradict the setup that you're in, but I think it's going to be the same exact thing that I would be looking for as well. All right, let's see. Possibly playing off of these levels up here. All right, seeing if we can go ahead and possibly target, you know, below this, somewhere down below this right here. I don't know. It could be a potential play. Right, but I know GA is not going to be my personal focus. I'm sticking with my USDCAD, but this could be a potential play right up here. Right, seeing how price reacts up in these highs up here. Maybe above. Yeah, somewhere up there will be pretty nice. See if we can play off of that. Let's see what else we got here. Look at the dollar index. You think the dollar index is gonna push? It's gonna get faded off by the end of the day. I mean, again, I think for me personally, guys, I believe that we will see eventually the dollar continue to gain strength over time. But we had a lot of already volume pretty much to start the morning off, right? Like we started pretty much at London session. We had a pretty good push already, just bringing us back up into structure. So there obviously could be a potential for the market to give us a little bit of a fading off period. But what I would like to see for the dollar itself is if we are able to see price come down, maybe down to this low down below here around this 106.5 level. You know, if we could see the dollar come to this 106.45, then I think there's a good chance for this thing to actually go ahead and rebound and start to break these highs, right? Start to capture the liquidity that's built up there, and then potentially really start to go higher, right? I think we could start to see a little bit of a fading off, at least for right now, for the dollar, right? In my opinion, of course. So that's what I would like to see, right? That's what I would like to see for the dollar itself. Now, overall, I think we're probably going to end the year off bearish, just going into holiday season. All right, so I think we could see the market eventually end up a little bit lower, probably to, you know, again, I don't, who knows, right? Depending on what happens next month with the interest rate decision, but I think we do end up targeting back down around these 104 levels, right? Eventually, you know, so. But for right now, from an intraday perspective, I think there is a good chance for this thing to actually go ahead and just continue gaining strength, right? Right now, we're creating this order flow where it's starting to shift. We came from all this lower structure, bearish structure, you know, to finding this low, rebounding, right? And now we're starting to create these little higher highs and higher low sequences right here. So I think there's a good chance that we go ahead and target above these levels. So that's what I'm going to be playing personally, and I'm just going to be seeing what the market does give us at the end of the day, all right? And just react to, you know, what eventually does happen. Let's see. GBPUSD, bearish G. Okay, yeah, that was what Ray wanted. So let's go look at GBPUSD. All right, so pound dollar overall, we've seen a pretty nice little sell-off already to start off the morning. All right, pretty much running these highs and then selling off pretty nicely, right? All throughout London session, this thing ended up pushing lower. Now, what can we see next, right? So I think there's a possibility, guys, for us to continue to go bearish, right? I would like to, and this is just me personally speaking, right? I think there's a good chance that we end up running, you know, below all this liquidity that's probably built up below these lows right here, right? I think there's a very good chance for us to continue to run that. And just looking at how price action just played literally overnight, I mean, we've seen this nice run of this little trend line liquidity. We broke the highs, and then we've seen a very strong push to the downside. So if we are able to see price push back up, you know, we could look for that continuation, possibly lower, in my opinion. So that's what I would be looking for pound dollar. I would like to see the market come and run up all the way above here, though, right? Above this 1.18 level, 1.19, that's where I would literally start to look for some shorts, right? So I'll see if price get up there, and then from there, see if we can go ahead and get that reaction that we want to see, and then possibly go back lower to the downside. So that would be my play for GU, right? But keep in mind, guys, this thing did already dropped around almost 100 pips already, right? So for this thing to continue dropping, I mean, there is always that possibility, but without no major news that could influence this right now, it's going to be tough, right? The market is probably going to end up giving us that little bit of a pullback, right? Just to go ahead and correct some of this move that already shown a lot of selling volume. But that's just going to give us an opportunity to go ahead and get in. If we can go ahead and see price maybe come above this 1.18, 1.19 level, then you can look for that. All right, so let me see what we got here for UCAD. UCAD, again, is probably going to give us this push that we want to see right now. So let's just be patient with this and see what happens off of this for sure. All right, but how are you guys feeling, family? How are you guys doing today? How's your guys' trading morning going so far? All right, it's just very patient for me. One thing that I do want to potentially do, all right, obviously we got to talk with the team, but I'm also with Skags. I do want to start waking up earlier, right? Especially possibly even on these streams, getting up a little bit earlier so that we do have a better window or a bigger window for us to actually execute on. Because by the time it starts getting to 11, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock during lunchtime over here in the U.S., at least in the East Coast, the volume does start to slow down a little bit, right? So, I mean, that could definitely be something that we could possibly implement. I definitely want to talk to the team, obviously, before that, but you never know, all right? We might actually be able to go live a little bit earlier, just so that we do have a better time frame and a much better opportunity to actually execute. So we don't.
I'm gonna just throw my vote in for that now.
Mhm.
I do want to ask the chat though, only because Abel brought this up, right? If you guys don't mind too, if you can convert your time zone into Eastern Standard Time for us, because that's where the majority of us are, right? But what time in Eastern Standard Time do you guys think is a time that you can be up and at the charts, right? Because I'm gonna be real with you guys, don't tell me you want early because I'm gonna be live at like 5 a.m. and like y'all still gonna be asleep. So y'all let me know again if it's an hour earlier, we do a 7:30, we do a 7. Um, so yeah, just let us know. Again, we will discuss it like internally as well. But yeah, if you guys are open to that, let us know.
Mhm. I think it'll be dope. I think it will be dope for sure. And give us a bigger window to actually execute on. All right. So let's see. 7. Everybody's saying 6, 7 o'clock.
Yeah, 7 seems to be the common consensus here.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
Yeah, it also gives us some flexibility on news because 8:30 is also a very common news time. And I'll be real, I don't like when we start the stream and like news is like popping all like CPI is at 8:30, like NFP is at like 8:30. Like there's a lot of soft data, smaller data that pops off at 8:30. So it seems like 7's good for a lot of people. Again, we're gonna discuss it internally. We'll see what's good for next week. We definitely appreciate you guys, throwing in some ideas and feedback there.
That is a fact. Let's see.
MC Sports, who are you asking specifically? Because we all have various, slightly different reasons. But he's asking why do we place? Can you break down why you place your liquidity lines?
I mean, sure. I'll break it down since obviously it's on my chart. I
Yeah.
mean, you gotta think about it, guys, right? Every high and every low technically is an area that it has built up some type of liquidity, all right? So when I'm looking at what people will consider consolidation or double tops and double bottoms, right, like common patterns, I'm also keeping in mind that there is potential liquidity above those levels. So the main thing that I really, really look for is identifying order flow, right? Because then if we identify the order flow of the market and what I believe is actually happening, then we can start to identify a lot of these lows, right? A lot of these lows, like even like this trend line right here. When we started the stream, I told you guys that I said that there was a potential for this thing to run, right? So there's a lot of liquidity below these lows, right? I believe order flow, at least for right now, right, on these smaller time frames, is bullish, right? So just like how the market runs, it's gonna create these waves in the market, right, where we're just making these higher highs and these higher lows. So I like to just identify where we can actually go ahead and push to, right? And the reason why I like this area right here of structure, where I'm looking for this entry from, is simply just because of the area. When I look for my entries, guys, I'm trying to identify where the momentum truly is coming in. All right, so when I look for this play here, or I'm looking for this entry, I seen this little pause in the market, right? But ultimately, what range actually broke structure. It was this one right here, right? Like this one right here, guys, is what ended up breaking this level to the left. So there's clearly has to be some type of momentum off of this play right here. The next thing that I do is once I identify that area where the momentum is shown to come in, then we have to just identify where the next entry is, right? More times than not, this area as well that caused the break could be the area that also builds up liquidity. So that's why I want to see the run on that level, and then from there potentially go ahead and see if we can rebound back to the upside and capture liquidity right here, potential liquidity up here. Again, just keep in mind, right, the market is really for the most part going to start targeting most liquidity, right? Because without the liquidity, these trades can't even be placed, right? So yeah, that's pretty much hopefully a basic breakdown, an understanding breakdown of how I personally look at liquidity levels and how I use it. You got to just keep order flow in mind at the end of the day, right? And then identify those targets that you can use by identifying liquidity. All right, so here we go, guys. We're pushing down into this level. Again, I'm going to be very, very patient, see how it does react. If we can go ahead and see this thing run below this level, and then initially, like, I mean, I'll show you guys just from like a candlestick perspective, right? Like right now we're actually running these lows, but if we see the market come below this low and we initially rebound back above something like this, right? This could be that entry, right? Something like that, capturing that liquidity below this level and then giving us that play higher. That's really what I want to see. All right, so we'll see. Let's see if we can go ahead. I mean, even if we do get into golfing, on the smaller time frames, that can also be an entry, right? Because especially now we already tapped into this level down here, right? We tapped below this level of structure right here, which is what I want to see. So now we just got to be patient and wait for this entry to actually form, right? And again, I'm going to tell you guys exactly what I'm going to do, when I actually do decide to jump in. But I'm going to be patient right now. I'm just sitting on my hands, seeing what the market gives us. Sitting on my hands and just being extremely patient, right? But, we'll be watching this together. We'll be seeing what the market is doing. Let's see. We need to do our prayers together before getting our stop. Yeah, right. Let's see. Nas is rocking the world. Nas is flying up.
Yeah, I was about to say Nas is moving pretty nicely for those that got in.
Let's see. Okay, we got 40 seconds on this 5-minute candle. We're gonna see how it closes. Nas did give a nice push up too.
Yeah, if you guys are in that Nas, just continue to hold. At this point, again, if you guys want to go, break even, you can. But yeah, just kind of rock that out. Again, it's not a trade that I personally took, but if you guys took it, then again, shout out to you guys. Again, though, I hope more than anything, right? Like the profits are cool, or watching other people make money off it is cool. Well, more than anything, I hope you guys just realize the things that I was identifying when it was down in that liquidity area, because now USDCAD is going to have that same kind of opportunity where you can kind of play, below liquidity. So, again, take a look, go back, look at the things that I was looking at, how I broke down, what the broader range was going to do, why I expected it to go back up. And yeah, hopefully we can get something here on USDCAD as well. I'm eagerly awaiting Abel's word. But yeah, if you guys took that Nas, definitely enjoy it. And shout out to you guys for staying coachable and taking it.
Yeah, now we're gonna be patient right here. We getting into that zone, guys. This is really my point of interest. All right, because if we break, even if we do end up running this low right here, see, then we're probably not gonna actually get that reaction that we're looking for. So I'm just gonna be patient. All right, this is really trading, guys. Just being patient and waiting for that perfect opportunity to go ahead and jump in. All right, so we'll see. 5-minute candle ended up closing below this. So now if we can get a rebound back above this level, all right, if we can get a rebound back above this 1.334 level, guys, and that is going to be my opportunity to get in. All right, like if this candle ends up staying above these highs and we actually close back above here, I'm personally getting in, all right, risking that 1%. Okay, not going to be risking too much. Again, 1%. Not 20%, 1%. So let's just be patient, see what we got here. Let's see. Let me risk 2%. I mean, 2% is if that's your rules, and that's your rules, definitely. All right, but we're being patient. We're being patient. We're still being patient, just so you guys are aware. Let's see. Let's see. It's definitely some strong momentum right here. So, I mean, this thing is, and this is why I was being patient. All right, because this thing is definitely just continuing to drop. At this point, it's most likely probably just going to continue going to this next lower level down here. Right, so there's still a chance down there, but at that point, I don't know. I'll probably be on the sidelines because now we have to start considering, this liquidity that's probably below this level right here. All right, so let's just be patient though. Let's see how the market does
Yeah, I
play.
was just thinking, there's no news, is there? Because 10:30 is often a news time for CAD.
I don't think so.
Because I was gonna say that momentum pickup is a little,
It was kind of crazy, but no, I don't see no news at all.
no, no 10:30 news.
Not for the CAD.
Some natural gas tour. Okay.
Yeah, nothing that will probably influence that. So let's just see how it
I mean,
plays out.
if Naz is gonna continue up though, that might low key kind of continue down.
Yeah, I mean, let's see. Let's see how the market reacts around these levels. All right, because this is my last extreme low right here. If we run this low, then we're definitely going to continue going down. But I think there's actually a chance for us to possibly hold this level, right? So let's just see how we play off of these on the smaller time frames. See if we can get something to stand out, right? That really tells us, okay, you know what? This thing could potentially be ready to go. Let's see what we get. Yeah, look at this strength coming in now under this low. Let's see what we got here. See, like we had some strong candles, but the volume is not lining up with the momentum of the candles. We're starting to see this thing decrease. So I don't know. This level could hold, guys. Let's see how this 5-minute candle ends up closing. This one that we're on right now. If this 5-minute candle actually really does hold above these levels, then I think we could really look for that opportunity to start buying it up. And big shout out to all of our newest subscribers, by the way. We definitely appreciate you guys for subscribing. Thank you guys for rocking with us. Let's see. Nope, wrong tool. liking this. I'm liking this strength. Let's see how this candle closes. This 3-minute is engulfing right now. This thing really might just start going. Let's see again. I want to wait for this 5-minute either way, guys. All right, I want to wait for the 5-minute, which is still another 2 minutes or so, 3 minutes. But this 3-minute candle is booming right now. All right, let's see how we close. If it closes like this, then this looks really good. I would like for a little bit more buying volume to start to come in, but we'll see how it ends up closing, right? If we can get even more buying volume to start to come in too, that thing will be probably really, really juicy. Yeah. Okay, 3-minute closure. That looks good.
Awesome production.
That would be nice. That would be nice. Let's see, we got 2 minutes for the 5-minute, but this 3-minute closed nicely. All right, I really like how this is closing. I believe this 5-minute too. If we engulf, guys, then yeah, this thing looks really, really good. I think that there's a good chance for us to continue to the upside, in my opinion, especially if we can go ahead and close above this 1.334 level, the initial area that we were looking at. I think there's a good chance. All right, I think there's a good chance. So we got about 1 minute left on this 5-minute. Again, I'm still not in just yet, guys, right? Just so you guys are aware. I'm most likely probably going to enter on this 5-minute and just risk that 1% and just deal with the consequences, deal with the outcome of whatever it ends up being. But I like it. I like it a lot. I think it's setting up nicely. We're getting some nice reactions, too, from that area that we marked off. So I like it. Oh yeah, this thing is looking good. Close above that. Yeah, if it closes like this, guys, I'm in there. I'm risking. I'm in there. If it closes like this, I'm in there. Yeah, I'm in there. I'm buying it. All right, so again, I'm taking the trade. My stops is down here at 1.33 because if this low does get invalidated, then it's probably going to continue to drop. But I'm in here. I'm taking the trade. I'm already in it. My target is going to be up to around that 1.342 level if we do end up starting to go in our direction. So, but yeah, we're already in. At least I'm in. So now that I executed, now I just got to be patient and let the trade play out. Right, just like how we were patient, guys, with our entry, getting confirmation, right, identifying what the market was going to do around our key levels. Now we have to show the same amount of patience for the market itself to let it do what it has to do. All right, so, but I'm in. We're going to see how this market plays out.
as well.
Yeah, it looks good.
That setup looks good, and I suggest you guys take it.
I mean, again, it's just literally just to try to catch it back up to create these shorter new highs. I don't want to forget that we do have, again, potential liquidity below this low as well. But I think that's something that we'll probably end up targeting later on, right, in the day. That's just that's what I think, right? I think we see something like this, another high, and then up here we start to see, something like that to then go ahead and continue. So we'll see how it plays out.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm probably gonna be taking profit most of this by the end of the day, but at the end of the day, you could hold until Thursday, Friday.
Yeah, I think it looks like a good hold.
Yeah, especially since it's the end of the week and that sell isn't really, showing its hand. This buy could really be the move of the week.
Let's see. It will sound like he about to drop some bars. Yeah, I had to put the instrumental. It was getting a little too quiet, or I had to put the instrumental on the background, the little beat. I'm not even sure if you guys can you guys hear the beat? All right, can you guys hear the beat or nah? Cause I know I could hear it, and it got me. It just sounds way better.
I hear it on the stream, but I don't hear it on the Zoom that we're all teaching on.
Okay, cool. So the stream can hear it though. That's good. Sounds a little, gives it a little bit more of a vibe, man. It was a little bit too quiet. Y'all making me nervous. All right, so let's see. And just so you guys are aware as well, family, right? My stop or my entry is pretty much up here, right? On this engulfing, right back up at this level. I will be going break even, or I will start to adjust if this thing starts going, right? I will look to start to adjust, you know, probably once we break this level up here, right? Around this 1.33, which is pretty much like the halfway point of this trade. I will start to move my stops to break even, close out partials, and then just let the remainder ride if it can actually ride. You know, but let's see. We just gotta be patient. Let's see, DJ Abel in the building. Listen, you guys want to know a story? I used to want to be a DJ too. I'm not even gonna lie. Like I've always wanted to be a DJ. I actually ended up buying the DJ set and everything. Like I used to have what was it? It was a Newmark? I forgot what it was, right? It was a while ago, but I actually wanted to be a DJ. I'm pretty sure you guys could tell if you guys are ever on my stream. You guys know I always be playing the music, especially on Zooms where we won't get copyrighted. Hell yeah, I be dropping my favorite songs. We'll be turning up. 100%.
Hey, play me a house set, bro.
You want some house music? I could say
Hey, I need a house set.
bro, I could do it, bro. How long you want? An hour-long set? I could do it. Don't play with me. I'll go.
Hey man, the longer the set, the better. I've been to some 24-hour shows, so it ain't gonna scare me.
Golly, 24-hour shows. How do you even survive after a 24-hour rage session like that?
Well, for one, it happens on New Year's, so you kind of already in that mindset of, it's gonna be a party.
Yo, that's why we gotta go. I think you had said you wanted to go to Amsterdam, right? And go to a concert out there. A nice little
Oh
rave.
yeah. Shout out to all my hardstyle people out in Amsterdam, the Netherlands.
That would be a vibe.
Places go a little hard, man. The parties be nice out that way.
Yeah, that would be hard. That would be fun as hell.
Somebody wants to know what your USDCAD TP is here. They can't see it on screen.
I mean, anywhere above the 1.34 family, like start to look to take profits. All right, anything above that 1.34. But my final target is gonna be for around 78 pips at 1.342. But anything above 1.34, if we can break these highs, just know, start to look to take profits. Okay, it doesn't have to be exactly to the T. Just above that 1.34, that's where I would like to go ahead and start to close out close out the rest of the trade at least. And again, just understand where my thought process is. Not to get too crazy, but we're about to go ahead and enter this pocket of liquidity. There could be some selling pressure enter the market in here for a short period of time. That could send us right back down near our entry, right? So I'd rather go ahead and just grab this, get out for this short-term trade. I do believe we will eventually continue higher and close a lot of this imbalance up there, but the market moves in waves, so that's how I'm gonna be playing it personally. Let's see. So we're up around almost 15 pips of profit right now, 10 to 15 pips depending on where you entered. If you were a real savage and ended up getting down here, obviously you're in a lot more profit, a lot more for sure, which again, I was waiting for that confirmation. We got that confirmation. All right, the reaction after we captured liquidity below these lows was all I needed to see. That's all I needed to see. So we executed off of that. Now we got to see if we can clear this high. Right, this is our next level of structure that's going to give us some type of, it could give us obviously some plays, right? So if we can break above there, I think that would be really good. That will give us a lot it should bring in a lot more momentum as well, because now we're starting to see structural shifts on these smaller time frames, right? So if we can run this high right here, guys, then that's only going to give me more confidence. All right, something like this, break structure, create a nice little higher high compared to this point. Even if we do pull back a little bit, which is very possible, I still think there's a very good chance for this thing to continue. All right, stop loss is going to be, but it's below the lows right now. But technically speaking, right now that we got that reaction, we're really playing off of this 5-minute rejection, right? So even if you wanted to, you could also just adjust your stop, make it a little bit tighter right below, you know, our confirmation candle, right? The candle that really told us it's time to get in. Right, so I'm actually going to do that myself right now. I'm just going to move my stops right below this candle, because if we do come all the way back down to here, then we're probably just going to end up checking all the way back down to these lows, and we'll have to just see and react how the market reacts off of there, right? So I'm going to be sliding my stop loss up to this 1.332 level, because of validation of this candle. I'll be out anyways. I don't want to be there in it anymore. Let's see. Trailing but whistle when I see resistance. Yeah, good. That's a good way to play it. Let's see. I haven't been trading due to new life adjustments, doing manual labor at my age. I am still studying and did execute a sell on EURUSD and a buy on USDCAD. Brother O, what's going on, Brother O? Good to see you in the chat, my brother. It's always good to see you for sure. All right. But yeah, so we just letting this play out, guys. I mean, there's really not much for us to do right now, besides just, you know, keeping our eye on it so that we can manage the trade correctly. But again, I told you guys what I'm looking for. Like, I'm just gonna be riding this up. When we actually break above 1.338, that's when I'll start to close partials, roll my stops all the way to break even, and then from there I'll just let the whole rest of the trade play out. All right, but that's what I'm gonna be doing. Right, there's nothing left for me to actually look for. Right, but how are you guys feeling on the chat? All right, Kyle, how you feeling? Skaggs, how you feeling, bro? You guys all set as well?
Yeah, I'm good
Yeah,
on my
bro.
side, bro.
All right, perfect. So let's just play this out, guys. See how the market does play. Right now it's around 10 pips in profit from where I personally entered. If we do see a little bit of a retest back down to this last bearish candle, that can give another re-entry. But yeah, we're just gonna let this play out. Right, so without further ado, family, we do love you guys. We appreciate y'all. Make sure to be inside of our Telegram channel, guys, so that you guys are aware of when we go live, every single time that we go live, so that you guys can catch us pretty much trade in real time, right? Like actually catch, you know, positions in real time, right? In an actual live market environment, you know, showing you guys exactly how we execute is invaluable, right? It's priceless, right? Like, so, you know, just make sure to be in the Telegram so you're aware, and subscribe to the channel. If you guys are a part of the Noti gang, I appreciate y'all, right? All of y'all that have your post notifications turned on, you guys are amazing, right? You guys are officially part of the Noti gang, so we appreciate y'all. We love y'all. And we will come back next week, actually on Sunday, for our weekly overview. But family, we love you guys. We appreciate y'all. And we'll talk to you guys a little bit later. Let's get it.